Advanced 7th graders, let's go ahead and knock this out. So let's write a function rule for the statement. The output is 10 less than the input. So the output, which is y, is going to be 10 less than the input. The input is x, so this is going to be x minus 10, because 10 less is taking away 10. So this is going to be y equals x minus 10. Then it says solve the system. I have to put these equal to each other. Luckily, they made that pretty easy for me. This tells me that if y equals x plus 5 and y equals negative 3x plus 1, I could put them equal to each other. I'll do the work over here and say that x plus 5 is equal to negative 3x plus 1. We're going to solve for x's first. I want my x to be positive, so I'll add 3x over here, which means I'll add 3x over here. 3x plus x is 4x. And then I'm going to have to subtract 5 from this side, which means I will subtract 5 from this side. That's going to leave me negative 4. Now I realize that I've got 4x equals negative 4. Of course, I'm going to divide by 4 to get x by itself. And we know that negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1. So x equals negative 1. Now I can place that in any of these. If x is negative 1, then negative 1 plus 5 is 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. So y has to equal 4. So I'm going to say that y equals 4. And let's see how I did with my answer. X is negative 1 and y is 4. All right, let's try number 5. We're going to do the same thing. I'm not going to go ahead and make a big thing of this. We know, again, we've got to put x in order here and y in order. So I'm going to go ahead and put my y in front here. And if y is this, then I know that 2x plus 8 is y. Now I'm going to go ahead and put y equal to 4 over 3x plus 14 over 3. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put 4 over 3x. You know what? Let me move that over a little bit. I don't really want that getting in the way of the answer being revealed. I think I'll do the work over here where 4 is. I'll put 4 over 3 x plus 14 over 3 got to be equal to 2x plus 8. I could put these into real numbers. I know that 4 over 3 is really 1 and 1/3. 14 over 3, well, I know that 4 times 3 is 12, so this would be plus 4 and 2/3. And put that equal to 2x plus 8. I'm going to deal with the x's first as usual. I'm going to subtract 1 and 1/3 x from this side, which means I will subtract 1 and 1/3 x from this side. Two minus 1 and 1/3 is going to be 2/3. Means I'm going to have to take this 8, put it to negative 8, and bring negative 8 to this side. Well, I know negative 8 plus 4 and 2/3 is going to give me 3, negative 3 that is, and 1/3. All right, now we've got to go ahead and Get rid of the 2/3, which means we're going to multiply this side to 3 over 2. Which means we'll have to multiply this side to 3 over 2. And when you take 3 over 2 and you multiply it to negative 3 and 1/2, you're going to get your answer. X is going to end up being negative 5. There's your spoiler alert. After you find that, you're going to go ahead and plug X back into your problem, and I would put it in this problem. And negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Negative 10 plus 8 is negative 2, and that's what Y is, negative 2. All right, let's go on to number 7. Number 7 says, the table shows a familiar pattern from geometry. Determine what the variable X and Y represent. Then write a function rule that relates X or Y to X. Is the function a linear function? Well, we know that we're going to take our linear formula or slope formula. 8 minus 4 will be 2. 2 minus 1 will be 1. And I'm sorry, 8 minus 4 will be 4. 2 minus 1 will be 1. So that means we've got 4 over 1, which is a slope of 4. We know when X is 1, Y will be 4. So that already told us 4 over 1 right there, didn't it? Now we're going to be subtracting again. We know that when we subtract here, we're going down by 4s. When we subtract here, we're going down by 1s, which means this will be 0 and this will be 0. And that means there'll be nothing added. Y equals 4x. Yes, this is a function. Let's go to number 9. All right, this one says use the graph or table to write a linear function that relates Y to X. When I see this, I see that Y is always going to be, looks like 3, right? No matter what X is, Y is going to be 3, so Y equals 3. On this one over here, I see that we're going to take 5 minus 3. Remember, or we can even take 7 minus 5. That's going to be 2 on top. 3 minus 0, that's going to be 3. So that gives us a 2 over 3. And then we can see when X is 0, Y is 5. So instantly, that's plus 5. That was a pretty easy one there. All right, let's go to number 13. You have to do number 12 there. It says, interpreting a linear function, the table shows the percent Y in decimal form of battery power remaining X hours after you turn on the laptop computer. We turn it on at 0 hours, power remaining is 10. And then at 2 hours, it's down to 0.6. At 4 hours, it's 0.2. Write and graph a linear function that relates Y to X. Well, obviously, we're going to be taking our function here. We've got 6 and we had 10.6. When we take, we're going to label this 2 and label this 1. So 10 minus 6 is 4. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. 4 minus divided by negative 2, that's, or excuse me, 0.4 divided by negative 2 is going to give us a negative 0.2x. And then remember, when X is 0, Y is 1, so that means plus 1. When we graph this, it's going to look like this. You're starting at 1, right? You're dropping off. Remember, at 2, you're at 0.6, and at 4, you're at 0.2, which means you're going to run out of power at 5 hours. So interpret the slope and y-intercept. The slope indicates that the power decreases by 20% per hour. The x-intercept indicates the battery lasts 5 hours. The y-intercept indicates the battery power is at 100% when you turn on the laptop. After how many hours is the battery? At 75%. Well, 75%, that's 1.25 hours. Right? 75% of 1 is going to be about right there, right? So you got 1.25 hours. The easy way you could do it is to go ahead and put 75 equal to negative 0.2x plus 1 and solve it. All right, let's go ahead and go to number 15. 14 is yours to do. 15 indicates that You dig deeper. You and your friend race each other. You give your friend a 50-foot head start. The distance y in feet your friend runs after x seconds is represented by the linear function y equals 14x plus 50. A 10-second race ends in a tie. Write an equation uh, for the distance y in feet you run after x seconds. When do you win the race? So this is going to be find the distance y equals 14x plus 50, y equals 14 times 10. That 10 is for 10 seconds. Uh, and then plus 50 equals 190. Your friend runs 190 feet in 10 seconds. Since the race ended in tie, you also run 190 feet in 10 seconds. The equation is y equals 19x. So you will win the race with a distance greater than 190 feet because you're faster. But before that, your friend will win. All right, and 16 is yours to do. 17 says your friend claims that every linear equation is a linear function. Does your friend claim right? Oh, no, any linear equation of a form of x equals a is not a linear function because its graph is a vertical line. All right, that looks like it's going to be all for the night. Have a great night, and I'll see you in class for grading.